You are now listening to LB and the Sports Doctor here on WLIE 540 AM. The newest sports radio show out on Long Island. LB and the Sports Doctor. WLIE 540 AM. All right, here we go, New York. You're listening to the LB and Sports Doctor radio show live on WLIE 540 AM, located in Ronkonkoma, New York. The number to call is 631-955-5400. Like always, I'm your host, Chris Burrell, also known as the Sports Doctor, and I'm here with my co-host, LB.
Sports Doctor.
What's going on tonight, man?
Oh, man, beautiful day today, Sports Doctor. I got to be honest with you.
Yeah.
You know at Doggy80, right?
I do know at Doggy80.
All right, so for all our audience out there, this is a big day because he gets to find out what sex his child's going to be.
Right.
So now you have to understand, Doggy lives in the same neighborhood as me, literally around the block. You understand?
I know this.
So we're good friends. We hang out all the time.
Right.
I got LJ, about 5 or 6 months old. Now, either way, I'll be happy with whatever it is, a boy or a girl, right?
Right.
But if it's a boy, it takes everything to a whole different level.
It definitely does.
Because all of a sudden now, LJ has an automatic best friend. I mean, right off the top, he has a best friend. It's not.
Now,
even
you're
a
not giving
question.
me any hints right now, Lou, because I think at Doggy80 on Twitter, Dog will be calling in later to make I guess, a surprise call to let us know whether it is a boy or a girl.
He'll be letting us and our audience know if he's going to have a boy or a girl. And if he has a girl, hey, listen, he's got to protect the girl. He has to treat him like treat her like his little sister, you know?
I definitely feel you.
But either way, I'm pumped for this news, dude. I've been talking about it all day long, thinking about it all day long.
A lot going on this week. We had the Yankees. They lost in a matinee today in Detroit, 8-3 to the Tigers. Ivan Nova gets the loss. He went 4 2/3 innings with 4 earned runs and 5 strikeouts. Doug Fister for the Tigers gets the win. He had 5 innings with 3 earned runs. Prince Fielder with 2 home runs on the day for the Tigers. Kevin Youkilis gets his first home run as a Yankee. The Knicks, they look to go 11 in a row tonight at MSG versus the Milwaukee Bucks. Carmelo Anthony is just on fire this week. We're going to speak about the Knicks in a little bit. But the new look Rangers in play tonight. They're losing 1-0 to the Pittsburgh Penguins. But they're coming off one of their best games of the season on Wednesday night, also against the Penguins. The Final Four, that kicks off tomorrow. Wichita State will face Louisville, and Michigan will go against Syracuse. That is your Final Four in the NCAA bracket. But the main topic of conversation for the last couple days has been this Rutgers basketball drama, and that's where we're going to start the show off today after head coach Mike Rice being fired yesterday, and then today the AD, Tim Pernetti, resigning today.
Well, Chris, as you know, I was a basketball player growing up. You know, I played in high school. I didn't play in college, not on the level of Rutgers or anything like that. But I like to play in the park. I know the game very well. And I'll be honest with you, I'm watching this tape.
Okay.
And I know everybody is horrified by watching this tape.
A lot of people going crazy on radio this week.
Well, I didn't know this happened. I was working. It was 5 o'clock in the morning. I went out to the store to get something to eat, right, on my break. And I hear Sports Talk Radio going crazy, talking about the situation. I'm like, what the hell happened?
Right.
So I walk into the store, and I look at ESPN, and they're playing the tape, of course. You know how ESPN playing this whole situation, like, way too much.
Right.
And I'll be honest with you, my first reaction was I laughed.
You watched the tape, and you saw what was going on between him and his players, and you laughed at that.
I'll be honest with you, I laughed a little bit.
Yeah.
And then I watched it more, and I'm like, wow. Like, this guy's really taking it to a whole nother level.
He looks insane on the tape. He looks like a maniac.
He looks like...
The only problem... Let's talk about the tape real
Murdoch's
quick.
pissed off because he didn't get $1 million.
The only thing I have a problem with... You know, we both played sports before, so we know how coaches could be. I don't have a problem with him... Obviously, if you have a player that's just not listening to what you're trying to get across to him and say, like, I need you positioned here. Him putting his hands on the player and actually moving him to a spot. Okay, that's fine. The kicking, when a player is running past him and he goes to kick the kid, I have a problem with that. The throwing of the basketball, when he's 2 feet away. And obviously him dropping the homosexual comments that he did throughout the whole video. That's the problem I have with
How about right now? You want to hear a funny story?
Go ahead, Lou.
You want to hear a funny story?
Yeah.
JV basketball, right? My coach actually challenged me to fight him. That's how mad he was at me. That's how crazy this guy was. He actually said, "You want a piece of me? Come get a piece of me." I'm going to tell you, dude. I came real close to being like, you know what, let's do this.
I almost threw a punch at him. I'm not going to lie. Yeah.
Like, it almost got to the point where I was like, you know what? I might as well give this little guy a beating. Because he's a little man.
This is what Mike Rice is. He's like 5'8", 5'9", and he's yelling and pushing these like 6'10", 6'9" kids.
It's a Napoleon complex thing,
It really is.
It is. It comes
at
down to
Robert
that.
Morris, they said that he was in multiple altercations with his players, that there was at least 5 or 6 brawls between coaches and players.
I believe it.
Yeah, after watching these
Well,
tapes
see,
with
Robert
Rutgers-
Morris didn't play these games, right?
Right.
Robert Morris said, all right, I'm going to beat your head in. You better
Yeah.
start running, boy, because I'm coming.
And what
Hey,
about this
man.
assistant coach they call Baby Rice? Did you see the part with him that he actually pushed this player with 2 hands? The player actually came back at him like, all right, now we're going to throw down because there's no way you're going to be pushing me on this court. And he actually almost threw down with the kid on the tape.
But how come the kids didn't, speak up?
I don't
during this
know.
situation?
All right, remember you're listening to the LB and Sports Doctor radio show on WLIE 540 AM. The number to call is 631-955-5400. Check out our Twitters right now at Sports Doctor TV, at LB and Chris, and at The Daily Cleanup. Tweet some questions to us right now. How does everyone else feel about this Rutgers madness going on right now? But the Knicks, Lou, going for 11 in a row tonight against the Milwaukee Bucks. Last week was all about J.R. Smith. This week is all about Carmelo Anthony. He has just been lights out. Tuesday with 50 points against the Heat. Wednesday night with 40 points against Atlanta. This guy's on fire right now, Lou.
Knicks were down 10. Now they're up 4. 61-57. 5:24 left in the third. That's what I'm talking about. Absolutely. Melo with 27 so far.
Look
going
at this.
strong.
Yeah.
Bottom line is this. Knicks got my heart, man.
They're back. You're back on the bandwagon, huh?
It's not that I was ever off the bandwagon, but now it's like it's really getting close to playoff time. It's getting to the point where it's like, yo, I've been saying it all year. If you don't get to the Eastern Conference Finals, it's a disappointment.
Rick.
And now I'm gonna lose my mind now.
Rick,
it's
we need
officially
to get
LB
the show
panic
from
time.
2 weeks ago. We need to get the show from 2 weeks ago and play it back for him. And then be like, this is how you felt 2 weeks ago.
What did I say 2 weeks ago?
I can't take this team anymore. I'm screaming in front of the TV every night.
I understand, but it doesn't mean I'm not going to root for them and have them grab my heart. I feel like I'm in 94 again. I feel like I'm in 94 with the Knicks again.
They're playing well right now. What else you could say? Man, J.R. Smith last week really improved his game driving to the basket, not settling for the outside jump shots, but Carmelo Anthony knocking a lot of shots down. He looks like he's on fire. The play of Kenyon Martin, since he's been on this team, the defensive, physical play from Kenyon Martin has really changed the Knicks. And with Tyson Chandler back, I think the Knicks are going to be a force no matter who they meet in the first round of the playoffs. I can't wait for this Eastern Conference Finals. I really hope that it's Knicks Heat Eastern Conference Finals.
Listen, first we got to get to the Eastern Conference Finals.
Yes.
I'm not going to go crazy just yet. But we should get out of the first round. The bottom line is that J.R. Smith realized that he has to take the ball to the rack. He has to assert himself on the rebounding side of things.
Yep.
And that's exactly what he's doing. And they're getting everybody open shots. They're moving the ball. And listen, Melo, he's not changing his game. He's still doing what he does.
Right.
But when he's dropping buckets,
there's nothing you can say.
There's nothing you could say or do about it
Right.
because he just brings it to a whole different level. And Kenyon Martin, I agree with you 100%. He has changed the attitude of this team.
Yes.
This team is back to how we started.
But the Knicks, they got 7 games remaining after tonight. Currently in the 2 seed, looking at a first-round matchup against the Boston Celtics, the Atlanta Hawks, and Chicago Bulls also could be a possibility. But obviously, looking at the Boston Celtics in the first round, how do you think they match up right now, Lou?
I think the Celtics, they went on that nice run when Rondo got hurt. They played good ball, but the bottom line is that, it worked out in a situation where they're just not going to have the talent to get past any of these teams in the first round.
All right,
That's the bottom line. Avery Bradley is not Rajon Rondo, dude.
All right, well, let's open up the phone lines right now. Let's go to our first phone call of the night. We got Rob from Bayshore on the line. Rob, what's going on, man?
Rob, did they capture you? Did they get you going yet, Rob?
Who got me going?
The Knicks.
I see that they're playing good. I mean, they're playing well together. Kenyon Martin, man, I mean, he's starting to he, like you said, he's bringing that positive attitude to the team, just like Rasheed Wallace did in the game.
Yeah.
But
No,
I'm
he's really
thinking
playing
that
well.
maybe is a possibility that after all these games is, maybe a lot of the guys are getting that focus back, they're getting that energy back, and they're playing the way they were playing in the beginning. Not
Right.
completely, but they're there. And
Hey, 11. They make it 11 in a row tonight, man. That's a hell of a winning streak.
definitely for them, yeah, definitely. And I have, like LB said, man, I think they're definitely going to make it out of the first round. They're going to hit the second, but getting past that second round is going to be a challenge for them. But just for them to make it to the second round, that's a goal completed in itself. So it'll be good to see them actually make it to the second round.
All right, well, Rob, I don't know what you really wanted to call up and talk about tonight, but what do you think about this Rutgers basketball? We were speaking a little bit about it before, and what's your take on this Rutgers basketball? Did you see the tape yet?
Yeah, I saw the tape when you showed me the tape. But like again, LB's on point with certain things today. He actually said that it could be a series of events all taped into one tape. It could be edited. So
it definitely was edited.
Yeah, so it may not be all at one time, and it may not. Maybe it's just one per session. You know how many games are in college basketball? There's a lot of games, so there's a lot of practices. So it could be sporadic. To me, it's not a big deal, and I wouldn't go and get my couple of goons and go take out the guy because he's beating on my son. If my son was 6'8", 200 and something pounds, and he let a midget push him around, I'm going to go see my son.
Right. Go stand up for yourself, all right? You're not 6'8" for a reason
I'm going to tell him, listen, when you're done with college, come move back. There's room under your mother's skirt.
Oh, man. Rob, we got the phones blowing up here, but thanks for the phone call tonight, man.
No problem. Take it easy.
All right, have a good one. Remember, the number to call is 631-955-5400. Let's go to our next phone call. We got Ruth on the phone. Ruth, what's going on, man?
Ruth.
Hey, guys,
Ruth.
how's it going?
Ruth, what's going on, brother?
Not much, man. Just freaking hanging out here watching the Sixers game.
The Sixers game?
Yeah, I'm in Philly.
Ruth, is it now? Was I seeing things on Twitter that you actually went to Japan?
Yeah. I went to the opening day baseball there.
Unbelievable, Ruth. How do you make these moves, bro? You got tons of connections. You even got connections in Japan, dude. What the hell's going on here?
I also went to the rugby game there, the Rugby 7, which was a real learning experience. I think they were playing how the Jets were trying to use Tebow. And then, I went to the Saigon Heat in Vietnam and some kickboxing in Thailand, which was pretty awesome.
Nice.
Wow, look at you.
Listen, that's sick stuff. My brother's
really
a kickboxer. That's good. I like that.
That's nice, man. So with this local news going on right now, Ruth, what do you think about the Rutgers? I know a lot of people are talking about this on the radio. We just spoke to another phone call before about it. What's your take on this Rutgers basketball?
I mean, it seems pretty bad when you watch the video. I mean, obviously, America, there's a lot of stuff you can't do anymore. Mm-hmm. You know, like there was the dad who hit his daughters with electrical wire because they were doing twerk videos and sneaking out of the house. And that was a big YouTube video. Now he's in jail.
Yeah.
It's today's day and age, it's harder and harder to get away with stuff like that. Did you see that Pernetti, the AD, made the Keep Pernetti Twitter account? They know it was him because he was accused the second person to follow it, even though it hadn't tweeted yet.
Nice. So he's basically promoting himself right now to keep his job, is what you're telling me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't work. I mean, he got called out by Deadspin and everything. So
yeah,
it's just really funny.
He definitely got sold out. So, Ruth, tell me, were you the tallest guy in Japan?
No, I was with my buddy who was like 6'5".
Oh, okay, there you go. So, how was the baseball experience over there? For real, though.
It was pretty different. I thought the stadium was going to be newer. You know, the stadium's from '88, so it's actually where Buster Douglas and Mike Tyson fought.
Nice.
You know,
wow.
The stadium wasn't a zoo. That they had this samurai dress guy come out. He threw the first pitch like Carl Lewis. It was like it was a different experience. But it was actually the only place there where it was like, you know, the people are usually they don't really care for foreigners and things, but at the game, everyone's hugging you.
Yeah, from watching the past baseball classics, I know a couple games were in Japan. These fans, they go crazy for their teams out there.
Oh yeah, they're going nuts. Yeah. It's just funny. In the standing room only section, everyone took their shoes off.
Standing only, wow!
Nice.
Look at this.
That's unbelievable.
They definitely have different customs, right, than obviously the Americans over here in our stadiums.
Obviously,
Yeah.
they're
You
taking
got
their
to
shoes off.
take off your shoes.
I'll
before
tell you right
get
now,
into
if
the
there's
stadium.
a pair of Jordans over there, I'm grabbing those things and walking away.
Oh. Roof, man, thanks for calling in tonight, all right?
All right, later, guys.
All
Roof,
right.
peace, bro.
Remember the number to call, 631-955-540. Let's go to our next phone call. We got Hank on the phone from Holbrook. Hank, what's going on, man?
Hey, what's happening, guys?
What's going on?
I got a question for you. I know I've been listening for a couple of weeks. I know LB isn't a big hockey fan, but I got to ask you, Doc.
Okay.
What do you think about this Gabrick trade?
I actually like it. If you watched the Penguins-Rangers game the other night, a lot of new faces. They really filled in well, man. Derek Brassard, he had a hell of a game, a goal and 3 assists. And, I really like the play of Ryan Clough. So I think it's going to work out, honestly, because Gabrick, he's a scorer. He wasn't scoring goals, so I think it was time to move him. I think when John Tortorella dropped him down to the 4th line, I thought his time was numbered here. And,
who's the problem, Gabrick or Tortorella?
You could go either way. You've seen Gabrick play at his best. You saw him in the playoffs last season. I just think Marian Gabrick, he is a great goal scorer, but he's such a streaky player. He'll have a game where he has 3 or 4 goals in a matter of 3 games, and then he'll have 9 games without a goal. So, that's not something the Rangers need right now.
Here's my problem, Doc. When in the playoffs, if you need a goal, are you scared of Clough? Are you scared of Brassard? Are you scared of Dorsett, or are you scared of Gabrick? You got to go Gabby now.
Yeah, you can go that way, but he's had his times where he looks irrelevant on the ice. I think Rick Nash will take his spot, and they got a lot of team guys now that they brought in. And that, you know what? The Rangers were starting to become a finesse hockey team. They need more guys that are going to bang. They need more guys that come off the bench, hit, not afraid to stick up for their teammates, fight guys. That's the type of players the Rangers need right now. And I think they were moving in the wrong direction in the halfway through the season.
You can only have so many third liners.
Yeah, this is true. But, we'll see what Ryan Clough is, man. This guy's a 25-game scorer in his career. I know he's got 2 goals this year with the Rangers. He didn't score with San Jose, but, you bring a young kid in John Moore. Just give it a couple games. We'll see where the Rangers are at. I really like the way they played the other night against the Penguins, though.
I'm with you. I just think Tortorella's got to go.
Well, let me tell you something. The Rangers don't make the playoffs this season, and he's definitely getting the hook. That's for sure.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, the Islanders are in the 7th spot, right? So let's go Islanders.
Correct.
Who cares about the Rangers, dude?
We got an Islander fan sitting next to me here, Hank.
We can't talk about minor league hockey on this station.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, well, we got a higher seat than you.
Not for long. Hank, thanks for the phone call tonight, man.
Thank you.
Later, bro.
All right. Remember the number to call, 631-955-5400. It's the LB and Sports Doctor radio show on WLIE, 540 AM.
Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is...
Back with you, LB and Sports Doctor radio show. Knicks are up 14, so basically we came out and blew Milwaukee out. How you doing? See you later,
Big
fellas.
second half then.
Huge second half.
All right, remember the number to call, 631-955-5400. Let's go to a phone call. We got Tony on the phone from Ronkonkoma. Tony, what's going on, man?
What's happening, fellas?
What's going on, brother?
What's going on?
I got to talk to you about the Yankees.
Here we go.
Now, I'm a Yankee fan.
Okay.
And I don't know if I'm the only one, but I think I might be the only Yankee fan that wants the Yankees to be terrible this year.
Actually, you're not the only one. I've heard that from a couple people, but go ahead.
Now Nunez is hurt. Well, I don't know if they updated his status, but I know he got hit by a pitch. Jeter's out till May. Do we just give up and pull the Red Sox and trade all the big contracts?
Whose contract do you want to trade off?
If I could package Teixeira's contract with the productive CC to get rid of them both,
wow.
I'll do it.
Why you want to get rid of Mark Teixeira, one of the best defensive first basemen in the game, and he still hits 30 home runs, 100 RBIs every year?
He's been granted he's hurt the first half of the year, but he's always awful in the beginning, and he's not winning us a World Series.
He's a big piece to that puzzle. Who are you going to replace him with if you get rid of Teixeira?
Lyle Overbay.
Oh, come on. Let's not. A guy, you see, this is the
What do
whole
you want
thing.
to turn us into the Mets, dude?
Yeah, no, we can't. What they're doing, they're band-aiding this together until they can get the guys
let me
back.
ask you this, Hank. Do you consider yourself a self-hating Yankee fan? Is that what's going on here?
Yeah.
Tony? I'm sorry,
My
Tony.
name's not Hank. Come on now. Now you're just disrespecting me.
Sorry, Tony.
Go ahead,
No,
man.
I'm a big Yankee fan. I do like the Mets, but I am a Yankee fan. I won't root against the Mets unless they're playing the Yankees.
Okay.
But I find the Mets more exciting to watch. The Yankees just bore me. I'm tired of this old man game that they play.
Right. I agree with you on some points.
Man.
The Mets do play regular baseball, but the Yankees lived and died by the home run last season, and now you're going to see a different type of Yankee team this year.
A Yankee team that can't score more than 2 runs.
Well, no, let's hold it. Let's hold it.
I
On to a
want
second here.
Granderson to come back and hit a ton of home runs and
Right.
trade him for prospects.
Well,
Oh, my God, with the
Well,
prospects.
if they're
Calm
gonna-
down,
if
dude.
they're
With the
gonna
New York
trade-
Yankees, we don't care about prospects.
If
We
they're
care
gonna
about
trade-
big
Believe me, I
players.
know that, but you trade them, you rebuild through free agency. Look at the Red Sox. They got rid of all those big contracts.
Oh, what are you telling me? That the Red Sox, what are the Red Sox? All of a sudden, they're what?
I don't agree with the guys that they signed. But I think they did the right thing. They rid themselves of bad contracts, and then they happen to be idiots and sign on more bad contracts. But I think that next year, when you have guys like potentially Kershaw available, you bring in somebody like
But
that.
how is CeCe's contract bad and how is Teixeira's contract bad? Number one, we got a World Series with both of those guys.
This
Number
is
two, CeCe gives us 200 innings a year, almost 20 games every single year. He doesn't ever get blown up. He pitches well in the playoffs. And Teixeira, like Chris said before, is one of the best defensive first basemen in the league. And
I'm not
when his back gets
against-
hot, his back gets hot. And he still
I'm not
puts up
against-
30 and 100 almost every single year, no matter what.
I'm not against the contracts. I'm against this $189 million salary the Yankees want to put on themselves. If they're going to do that, then you got to get rid of the old men on the team.
All right.
Yeah, but I don't think you're going to see the Yankees signing contracts like that in the future. So I
Well,
don't
Tony,
think you have
let me
to worry
just get
about
here
it.
my take here. All right. Well, Granderson, his contract is up at the end of the season. If the Yankees are 15 games below 500, yeah, they might try to make a move for him on the trade deadline to try to bring prospects over here. But Mark Teixeira is not going anywhere. CeCe Sabathia is not going anywhere. Derek Jeter, his contract is up. They got to re-sign Robinson Cano this season. I think if they re-sign him during the season, that would bring a lot of morale. That would boost the fans' morale this season if they could bring back Robinson Cano. But when you're asking to bring prospects in here, that's just not how the Yankees work. We're not in the rebuilding mode. We're trying to win a World Series every single year. You can't do that if you trade away all your big contracts and try to bring prospects in here because you're going to get the 1980 Yankees on this team, and people will not stand for that.
Now, listen to me here. Now, I don't know how big you are in the farm systems, but if the Yankees, the young man in me wants to trade Cano, let's just say,
Okay.
to the Cardinals for
Yes.
a starting pitcher like Shelby Miller,
Or,
an outfielder like Oscar Taveras,
Yes.
and a second baseman, they have a kid named Wong, who's a second baseman, who's not the greatest, but he's a fill-in.
Okay.
You bring in 3 quality prospects there, rebuild through your young guys of free agency,
Okay.
and you're right back in. I mean, the Rays are good. The Red Sox are awful.
Right.
The Orioles were a surprise this year, but I'm not buying. And you can say the same thing about Toronto. They got a
Okay,
good
but
team on
answer me
paper.
this. Do you really think the Cardinals would actually make that move?
They have to consider who's their second baseman. Matt Carpenter.
Well, yeah, you got a point there. Tony, thanks for calling in, bro.
Thank you.
All right, man. Remember the number, call 631-955-5400. It's the LB and Sports Doctor radio show. Let's go to our next phone call. We got Sean on the line. Sean, what's going on, man?
Yo, what's up, fellas?
All right, here we go. This is the exclusive. This is what
Doggy
everyone's
80.
been waiting for. LJ's been waiting for it. LB himself has been waiting for it. I know the sports doctor's been waiting for
Yes,
it.
sir.
All right, Doggy. Tell us what you got going on. We got a drum roll here. Boy or girl?
We're holding the kid back. We're holding him back.
We're holding LJ back for a year. You got a boy coming?
You know it.
Oh!
Congratulations,
doggy.
Oh,
Congratulations.
Unbelievable. Dude, you have no idea how happy I am right now. I actually didn't want to go to work tonight, but now I won't feel bad going to work.
Oh, man.
I'll be dreaming up scenarios of how we're going to be putting out kids through drills. You know what I mean?
There you go.
Your pick and roll combination has been established.
You pick and roll. Listen, a lot of combinations, dog. We got football. We got baseball. I mean, this is going to be crazy, dude. I'm pumped.
Hey, now they can play each other one-on-one outside you guys, in the neighborhood.
Dude, they're gonna be running that neighborhood. You understand? Right?
Doggy, what's going on with you tonight, man? Congratulations.
Thank you very much. We're just hanging out here. We were watching the Ranger game. Nash just tied it up. It's 1-1 now.
There you go. Third period.
Yep. About 2 minutes left now.
Oh, very nice.
That seems like it's gonna go to overtime.
Yeah. Doggy, real quick while we got you on the phone here. A lot of this talk about this Rucker basketball drama going on. What's your take on this?
Listen, I got abused way more worse than anything that was on that tape. So I really don't even think it was that big of a deal.
Right.
I think if the tape never came out, that it wouldn't have ever been a problem.
Yeah.
But, we live in this is America nowadays. So this
Different
is what we live
times,
with.
man. Different times.
100%. Throwing a ball at a kid is the same thing as dodgeball. We're not allowed to do dodgeball and phys ed anymore, and that's the problem with this country. But there's a whole nother conversation that we can get into.
Well, Doggy, wait till we got LJ and do you have you don't have a name yet? We'll say baby
boy.
dog.
Baby
We'll
dog.
call baby doggy right now.
There we go.
And when we're controlling shortstop and third base on the
Woo!
infield, how
Wait.
hard are we going to hit our ground balls at him?
Locked down. Yo, this is crazy. And especially even with basketball, we're going to push them around a little bit.
Yeah.
You got to toughen the kids up here. It's like, it's crazy.
There you go.
That video is not anything that was horrible, anything like to complain
I
about.
love our audience.
Right.
Our audience is the best. We're the only audience in America that's like, it's not that bad. What do
Yeah,
you
no
mean?
big deal.
Everything's cool, dude.
Come on.
Come on. It's been a lot
This guy
worse.
never should have got fired. He wasn't really doing nothing out of the ordinary. There's about 100 other college coaches out there doing the same exact thing.
I love it. It's great.
Oh.
Exactly. It was because they were throwing around that F-bomb with all, that stuff.
Yeah.
So that's,
yeah,
I think
that's a little
I think
too
that's
much.
where it all became bad. I'm not going to say it because Rick's going to get all mad over there.
Yes, please
but,
don't.
we all know what we're talking about here.
Right, exactly.
Beautiful.
Doggy, quick, what's your take on the Yankees, man? 1-3 to start the season.
Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh,
Right.
boy. You thought you were going to hang your hat on the pitching, but we know that, it hasn't happened so far.
Right?
We'll see. We will see.
Give it some time, right?
We kind of just got to tread water until, the guys come back, I
Exactly.
think. We stay around 500. I think we can make a push at the end and go from there. I mean, that's the best case scenario is what I'm looking at is it's terrible to be a Yankee fan and say I'm hoping for 500 by the All-Star break,
Nice.
which is pretty sad to say.
All right. Hey, well, congratulations again, Dog, and thanks for calling in tonight, man.
All right, fellas, be good. I will be listening.
All
Doggy, later, bro.
Sounds good. You can go follow Doggy at Doggy80 on Twitter and check him out. He's
Well,
always got some good tweets going
That's
on.
it. Put a smile on my face for the whole entire day, my friend. Now I'm pumped up.
Congratulations to him and his wife, Lena,
Absolutely.
on their new baby boy. And remember the number to call, 631-955-5400. Once again, it's the LB and Sports Doctor radio show. I'm Chris Burrell, also known as a sports doctor, and I'm here with my co-host, LB.
Taking it back to the playoffs last year. He played like crap during the playoffs, too.
Oh, he did. He probably
didn't hit
pressed a
nothing.
little bit. But in the beginning of a season, the pitchers are always going to be ahead of the hitters starting the season. So I'm not too worried. It's only 4 games into the year, and he shouldn't put the pressure on himself because if he struggles this season or he has a great season, he's still going to get a big contract at the end of the year when he's a free agent.
All right. Every strike-out, knock off $1 million off of that contract.
No, absolutely not.
So, you
Every
know,
strikeout.
Instead
he
of getting
says.
offered 189, I guarantee you, bro, if he has they're going to offer him 150 instead. They'll knock off 40 mil real quick
Who,
off
the
the
Yankees?
top. Yeah.
Then Cano's walking. He's not going to take 150. He's not going to
What
take
happens
less
if
money.
Cano, honestly, goes like bats 260,
Robert Cano
24 home runs,
has- No, it's not going to happen.
97 ribbies?
Too good of a
That's
talent,
where-
man. It's way too early in the season. 4 games in. Let's wait a week, and I bet you Robert Cano will be back to where he was hitting the baseball. He has one of the smoothest swings in baseball. He's going to use the whole field. Teams are going to eventually have to play him at their regular positions and not playing him on the shift. But just give it some time. Robinson Cano is a guy that you don't have to worry about in this lineup.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, he's costing himself money if he has
Like
a bad
Doggy,
season.
I like what Doggy said though. The Yankees kind of just got to tread water right now
I
until
agree
we
100%.
until we get these guys back, until we get Mark Teixeira, Curtis Granderson, and Derek Jeter back, because that's just going to add some bulk to our lineup. It's going to extend this lineup. When you got Kevin Youkilis hitting 3, Kevin Youkilis is hitting the ball well right now, but when he's in your 3 spot on this team, there's a problem. There's no length in this lineup whatsoever. Francisco Cervelli had a bomb of a home run. He's been swinging the bat well as of late. But you got Lyle Overbay, Jason Nixon in the lineup. Vernon Wells, he had a good couple games hitting-wise, but you don't look at him to be an everyday starter. He's looking like he's going to be a platoon guy with him and Bosch in the outfield. But, once these guys get back, I really think this lineup's really going to start shaping out, and it all comes down to starting pitching in baseball. We spoke about this in past weeks. The Yankees are going to need to ride this starting pitching. Starting pitching is going to have to step up for us big time. You haven't seen that in the first 4 games. A great pitching night from Andy Pettitte the other night. 8 innings, 1 earned run, our horse on the mound. You can always rely on a guy like Andy Pettitte. He really steps up. But the rest of this rotation
crazy stat today.
has to step up.
Did you hear the stat today?
What?
When Pettitte is faced with sweep, being faced with the team being swept,
right?
He's 17-3 all time.
Wow. See, that's a guy you can lean on, man.
Obviously.
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you, Andy, for winning this game for us the other day and keeping us somewhat in the mix. Because if we started off 0-3 and then went to 0-4,
right?
Woo! It's already going to be panic time. Everyone's panicking already. Louisville -10, over under 133.5 over Wichita State. Now I'll tell you right now, Louisville was the #1 overall seed in the tournament. They've been playing incredible ball. This kid breaking his leg on Sunday was a horrible sight to see.
Kevin Ware, man.
I mean, it was crazy. I feel like Louisville is going to roll over this team. It's not even going to be a contest. How you feel about that?
A lot of people are expecting Louisville to just blow Wichita State out. I really don't think it's going to be that much of a blowout. I think Wichita State's going to keep it close, but eventually Louisville will run away with this game. They're the better team, but I think the better matchup will be the Michigan-Syracuse game.
Well, that's why Michigan-Syracuse is prime time, my friend.
Yes.
And speaking of that game, you got Michigan -2, over under 131. Now, I'm such a moron because you asked me who I liked before the tournament. I gave you my Butler, and I gave you VCU. I gave you my mid-majors. And I told you I liked Michigan. Yeah. I told you I love Michigan. I thought they were a great team. Of course, I didn't pick them to win my bracket.
Okay.
So it's annoying to me that I'm watching Michigan do what they're doing. Syracuse, to me, very long. A lot of length in that 2-3 zone.
Yep.
But I do think Michigan gets this done, and they bring the big house to the big championship, my friend.
They could really expand
Michigan,
with
Louisville
their shooters
finals,
that they have
what I see.
with Michigan.
Well, Michael Carter-Williams for Syracuse is a problem.
Yeah, he is.
He's like 6'7". He's a crazy. The length on that
matchup problems
he's
all over
he's
the board.
matchup problems
Yes.
all over the board.
Right.
But I think people get a perception of Tim Hardaway Jr. like he's like his father, where he's a small guard. Tim Hardaway Jr.'s got some pretty decent size to him,
and he can shoot.
And the way this freshman McGarry's playing, the white boy, that guy's throwing people around.
Right.
So I don't expect Michigan to really have that much of a problem with this zone. I do think they're going to get their shots. I do think they're going to be able to penetrate. Trey Burke, after winning National Player of the Year, is definitely going to be motivated.
Absolutely.
To be matched up with this game. And to be honest with you, I don't think anybody aren't surprised if either of these teams get to the championship. But I see a lot of people giving more credit to Syracuse, and obviously Vegas is on the same page with me because they got Michigan favored by 2. I'm going with Michigan-Louisville, baby.
Michigan-Louisville, who do you have winning the national championship?
I got Michigan upsetting them.
Michigan. All right, so I'm going to go with Syracuse-Louisville.
All Big East, huh?
Yes, I think I'm going to go Louisville, Syracuse, and Syracuse winning the national title this season.
Now that would be a great job by Boeheim. If Boeheim wins this championship this year, great job on his part. And if I was him, I'd just bounce after that and be like, I'm done. I'm done. Because he's getting scrutinized big time with all the stuff going on there with the Bernie Fine stuff. And he has to get out of there, dude. Trust me.
All right, another week in the books. It's the LB and Sports Doctor radio show on WLAE 540 AM. Once again, I'm Chris Burrell, also known as a Sports Doctor. Here, my co-host LB. Go out there and follow the Twitters right now at Sports Doctor TV, at LB and Chris, and at the Daily Cleanup. You can check out the YouTube videos at Chris Burrell. Like it, subscribe, check them out.
I want to give him a shout out.
Yes,
Will Maddock 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got you next week, bro. We had to edit the tape.
Oh, it was in there, but definitely check him out on Twitter. It was in there during the Knicks, but check him out on Twitter. Till next time, everybody. See you later.